Good morning, everybody. I am going to take chapter number 3, process management. The remaining topics from the process management in the process control block, process model, and operations in honor processes. Class 3rd year, subject operating system, subject code 20. Learning outcome of this video: to understand about the process control block, to understand about a process model as well as the operations on a process. In this video, we learn about the process control block, that means the PCB, process model, and how many operations working on a processor. These points I will cover. Chapter number 3, process management. This chapter is given for the 14 marks. Now, let's start the process control block. Each process is represented in the operating system by a process control block, also called as a task control box. That means PCB. The operating system groups all information that needs about a particular process into a data structure called a PCB or a process descriptor. And when a process is created, operating system creates a corresponding PCB and release whenever the process terminations. Then the PCB stores the descriptive pertaining to a process, such as its state, program counter, memory management information about its scheduling, allocated resources, accounting information, etc. that is required to control and manage a particular process. The basic purpose of PCB is to indicate the so far progress of a process. Figure shows the PCB that means the process control block. In this, the pointer, process state, process ID, that means the process number, program counter, register, memory limits, accounting, list of open files are included in the PCB diagram. I will explain one by one in briefly. The first is the process number. The process number, that's called as the process. Each process is identified by its process number, called the process identified number. It's called as the PID. Each process has a unique process ID through which it is identified. The process ID is provided by the OS. The process ID of the processes could not be same because process ID is always unique. Next is the priority. Each process is assigned a certain level of a priority that corresponds to the relative importance of the event that it services. Process priority is the preference of the one process. The next is process state. This information is about the current state of the process. The state may be a new, ready, running, and waiting, halted, and so on. Next is the program counter. The counter indicates the address of the next instruction to be executed for this process. The program counter you learn in the microprocessor subject. Next is the CPU register. The registers vary in number and type depending on the computer architecture. They include the accumulators, index registers, stack pointers, and general purpose registers, plus any condition code information. Along with the program counter, this state information must be saved when an interrupt occurs to allow the process to be continued correctly afterward. Next is the CPU scheduling information. This information includes a process priority pointers to scheduling queues and any other scheduling parameters. Next is the memory management information. This information may include such information as the value of the base and limit registers, the page tables or the segment tables depending on the memory system used by the OS. Next is the accounting information. This information includes the amount of CPU and real-time use, time limits, account numbers, job or process numbers, and so on. Input-output status information. This information includes the list of input-output devices allocated to the process, a list of open files, and so on. Next is the
Students, now coming to the next topic, that is a process control block.